Hello, today is going to be a really quick video on colour correcting in Photoshop. So the image I've got in front of me is of one of the cats that my family look after. Her name's Hetty, and this image was taken on my iPad, I believe. The colours are all out of whack, so you've got reds here that's far too saturated, and also it's kind of like it doesn't represent the actual colour of the cushions themselves. So to colour correct in Photoshop, first go to Image, then go to Adjustments, and then go to Curves. Alternatively, Control M or Command M on your keyboard. Now, when this window opens, there will be three eyedroppers at the bottom. These represent from left to right. On the left side is the setting the black point. In the middle is setting the grey point, and on the far right is setting the white point. So click on the white point. You can click on any ones to start with, but I always click on the white point because that's what I learned from tutorials myself. So I'm going to have to find a white point, and there's not really much of a white point in this picture except perhaps this over here. Except this is probably better up here. So if we click on here, you can see the colour changes very, very slightly. So now we've got to set the grey point. Now luckily for me, the cat's grey, so I've got a lot of grey to work with, and I'm going to choose this bit on her ear just here. There we go, even that looks better than it did before. And now we've got to set the black point to give it some black depth, to give the colour black some depth. So there's a bit just here which is kind of black. Is that the best place to go? It looks to be. Right, so as we can see here, we've now changed and we've colour corrected the image. I would say that it still needs some work doing to it, but this is just colour correction in general, and if you know anything about video editing, obviously colour grading can go on next. So colour correction is correcting the white balance of the image, and then colour grading is adding the stylization afterwards. So I've duplicated the layer here, and if I turn this top layer off, you can see that beforehand it was very washed out, the colours were all off, it was overexposed in certain areas. This bit here is more blue than anything, and if I turn this layer back on, we've now got richer colours. It's not perfect. We can go into Images, Adjustments, and adjust the colour balance. I'm not going to do that in this video though, because that's not what this video is about. So that is really quickly how to colour correct in Photoshop. It's Images, Adjustments, and Curves. And I've just realised that I have minimised the Photoshop window. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.